Hi kids, mom here. So these are the skills that you should hone in on that will help you determine good friendships and bad friendships as you're navigating through life. Starting off strong with the skill of communication. Now, I don't just believe this is a skill that you need to have for friendships, but this is a really good skill to have for all of the relationships in your life. You need to know how to communicate when you feel uncomfortable, when you need support, when you feel grateful or happy. Because when building relationships, you cannot expect someone to read your mind. The better you communicate, the better the relationships around you. With this said, you need to find people that value communication, meaning they're also aware of the delivery of their communication. Because as much as it matters what you communicate, it also matters how you're communicating. And honestly, I might just make this into a series because I believe the more skills you have, the better your friendships and the quality of your relationships will be. So let's stay on communication for a little while. One of my loving mentors recommended me to use SEW, S-E-W. So if you're struggling with communication, or maybe you need to have an uncomfortable conversation, you can use the method SEW or SEW. I'll explain in a moment. Because this is going to help you communicate without attacking or giving up your power. So this is how it goes. The S stands for sensations. This is where you're going to describe all of the sensations that you feel about the topic that you want to talk about. So let me give you an example as we go through this process. Let's pretend we're friends and you did something that hurt my feelings. And because we value communication, we're not going to throw it under the rug. We're going to have the hard conversation because you value this relationship. So I'll start the conversation by saying, I feel a sensation in my throat. It kind of feels like a big ball that I had to swallow. I also feel nauseous. Once you explain the sensations that are going on in your body, you want to tie those in with emotions. That's the E part of this communication style. So I'll say, when I was feeling those sensations, I couldn't help but feel sad and anxious about what just happened. And lastly, you're gonna finish with the W. What do you want moving forward? So in this example, I would say, when you did X, I felt a knot in my throat. I really felt nauseous and it made me feel really sad and anxious. In the future, I would want you to just talk to me about this instead of going behind my back. This level of communication is what builds strong relationships. You can use this tactic to build your communication skills.